Okay, so the meeting which I'm going to take is about risk management. So the subject basically include what? So you need to understand what are the types of the risk under which an organization is being run. So these are the types of the risk I'll be covering that. I'll be telling you like how, which are the various models which are being implemented by various organizations. Like there are, see, one model can't be implemented everywhere, so there need to be different model. For insurance there is a different scale, like how they are managing the risk, then how they are managing the risk in the banking sector. Then you need to understand like how the risk is being management in an enterprise. Okay, so these are basically the three risk management where in the large scale we will be covering all these. Okay, but starting with that, we will be starting with our first unit, that will be our basics of the risk management. So coming on to that, before I start with my PPT or something, I'll briefly explain you like why it is required. See, in the recent events in the world, if you have basically brought risk into high profile, like terrorism, extreme weather events, so the global financial crisis, so these basically require what? They require that you have to take into account how you are going to take the risk, how the risk will be managed in an organization, because this risk is not that is basically a society is being facing. So our business is also facing all these types of the risk. So within our personal, or you can say domestic life, many of the responses are basically automatic. Like how automatic, I can explain. Like in order to avoid fire, or you can say to avoid traffic, what traffic accidents, what we do, we take for avoiding fire, we have fire extinguisher in our basically houses or the buildings in the enterprise. So all these, so these are basically what we you can say these risk responses we have already automatically, they are being generated. We know, okay, this may be happen there, so there may be short circuit or there may be a fire. So these are basically the responses which are automatic. Then there are certain types of other risks, like for which there are some legal requirement which are being legally implemented. Like what are the mandatory requirement for that? Like buying an insurance for a car is basically a legal requirement. You may met with an accident, so to cover that loss, what we do, we have a car insurance. So this is what which is required as a legal requirement. Then coming on to like what other type of a risk? Suppose you are running your daily proceeding moving here and there from with your car. So what sort of take precautions we take? Like we keep it in a very good mechanical conditions and all those things. So to maintain our car in a good mechanical condition doesn't guarantee us that there will be no risk. There may be a risk, there may be some mechanical breakdown, there may be something that you can't predict in future. So this is basically a precaution that we are taking. Okay, so these are the risk management example which I have given on a journal, or you can say on a domestic, like जो हमें daily समझ में आता है. Okay, so हम कैसे उस risk को avoid करते हैं. Now, so these are basically the things. Now coming on to our main topic. Okay, so if you can see, okay, I'm a person who is basically investing our money, my money in a bank. So this is my scenario. Okay, मैं बैंक में ही invest करती हूँ. Then I thought of, okay, let's move to the this securities sector, into the stock market. So obviously it will generate more funds for me, but there is a risk, because maybe I'm not that much experienced and I'll be facing the losses. So this is basically an opportunity risk. So these are basically the different type of risk, and for different type of risk we have a different strategy. Okay, so now coming on to our risk management, like why we have come into, why it is becoming very important day by day, like how to control the risk and all that. I hope the PPT, this PDF is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in case you feel I'm a bit faster, or if you feel you are not able to understand, then you can let me know. Okay. Okay, so
Sure.
moving on to the risk management, like organizations face a wide variety of a risk. like there may be a financial crisis, then there may be a implementation of some new policy by a government. So these are basically the, you can say, the risks that are being under which a company is being operating. So the desired overall aim, what is our desired aim? We have certain objectives which we have set for our organization कि मुझे इस साल में 20% प्रोग्रेस लेना है, मुझे इस साल में इतना सेल ग्रोथ करना है. So these are my basically the objective. So what will happen? The events that can impact an organization may inhibit what? Like, see, if you can see in this, the events that can impact an organization may inhibit, means they can disrupt what is seeking to achieve. Like what the company objective is there, वो objective उसका नहीं achieve होगा if there are hazard risk. I'll explain each and every risk in my next slide only. Okay, then enhance that aim. What is the enhance that main aim? Means that, okay, I may have a target, I will achieve 10% sales growth, but there are some condition. One of my competitors shut his business, so it is an opportunity for me. What will happen? In spite of 20, I'll be achieving 25%. So this is basically an opportunity risk. It may be positive for me or it may be negative for me. Okay, then create uncertainty about the outcomes. Like your outcomes are not basically you can predict, okay, this will be happen. Suppose I promise someone, okay, I'll be able to deliver my project in January, but I am not able to deliver that, maybe due to X reason, my workers are not coming, or maybe there is some strike in my organization. So these are basically the control risks, which are basically impacting the organization. So what you need to understand is first that the risk management need to offer an integrated approach. So what is the integrated approach? Means that you need to basically evaluate क्या risk है, उसको आप कैसे control कर सकते हो, and how you are going to monitor that. Once you have implemented, like you have evaluated, okay, there is a fire risk over there, then you need to control it. You have implemented some fire extinguisher there, then you need to monitor, okay, if I have done this thing, is it sufficient, or do I need to enter, or do I need to add something more into this? So this is basically the concept. Okay, then the risk management process can't take place in isolation. Isolation means it should be an integrated approach, as I told you. Like why? Because you need a framework where whole organization is working. It's not like you can work in an isolation. No, you can't work in an isolation. You need to work with your team. You need everyone to be a part of this risk management progress. Then the combination of risk management process together with a description of framework, you require a various risk management standard. So I have given like what are the various risk management standard, because if you can see with the passage of the time, there are various types of risks, like some you can predict and some you can't predict, like this coronavirus, this pandemic. No one has ever predicted like this, something like this will happen. So it is basically a risk, and many organizations, many small scale industry, even the large scale industries have faced a various setbacks for this. So this is how there are various approaches, how you can basically control that risk, or how you can convert that risk into an opportunity for yourself. This is what we are going to run in the risk management. Okay, then there are various risk management standards which are in existence. Example, I have given like the IRM standard, which are recently published by British Standard BS 31100. So these are basically like we have variously accounting standard, we have other standards. So these are basically the risk management standards. Now coming on to the definition of the risk. What is the risk? Basically, a definition is being given like effect of uncertainty on objective. Like you are not certain whether you are able to achieve your objective or you will not be achieved. So this is basically an uncertainty. That may be because the market is volatile, or maybe you are into the export sector, then the foreign exchange rate, how they are going to change. You can never predict with the you can say with the accuracy. So it is basically कि वो हो भी सकता है change, जो आपने सोचा है उसी हिसाब से भी चलेगा, ये भी हो सकता है, then it may be changed accordingly. Okay, so note that effect may be पॉजिटिव होगा. आपने सोचा कि हाँ मेरा एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ने वाला है, आपने सोचा कि नहीं मेरा तो 10,000 सेल होने वाला है, बट okay, anyhow the demand increased in that sector and your export has increased from 10,000 to 12,000. So obviously it will have a positive effect. So basically risk doesn't mean ki it should be negative only. No, it can be a positive aspect. Then it can be negative. That means what you have predicted is not happening, then it is a negative. And then there is a deviation from the expected. As I told you that I may have promised that I'll be able to deliver my project by some due date, and I'm not able to deliver that. So there is basically a deviation from what is expected. जो expected है उससे change हो गया. So this is basically what is risk. So risk is often described by an event or change in circumstances. So that means obviously the circumstances which have led to that, because of that, this risk is being there. Okay, then another definition, risk is the combination of the probability of an event. We obviously probability we take into account. Okay, my sales will increase. So this is a probability. Okay, my competitor has shut down his industry. Then I proceed further. मैंने क्या किया? आगे मैं 10,000 units बनाती थी. Now I proceed and I cover up like 20,000 unit. I have probability. Okay, my sales will increase because my competitor has already left the industry. And it may be there, and its consequence may be my sales and increased, or there may be another chance. Okay, one has left and somebody else enter into the market, and he is able to produce, he is able to provide the same output, I mean same material which I am giving at a lower rates. So obviously there is a probability that the consequence will be मेरे भी customer उसकी तरफ shift हो जाएंगे. Okay, so these are basically the type of risk which every organization face day to day, because it is not like our business is running in isolation. We are working on a global scale. So everything that is impacting our business is globally. It is not like, okay, I am here in a Pune and only Pune is impacting me. No, if I am here and I'm selling something and somebody else can have that material from somebody some other area at a lower rate, so that obviously will impact the type of competition I will face. So these are basically the risk, like what is exactly a risk. Then uncertainty of an event occurring that would have an impact on the achievement of the objectives. So basically you have set certain objectives, and because of these event, what impact it is there on the objective, you need to measure that. So this is basically what is the risk. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then moving on to the next, like what is a type of risk? So what is the right, you can see the type of risk. Risk may be positive, as I told you, it may be negative, or it may be simply that you have deviated from what you have assumed that I'll be able to achieve this. So there is a sense of uncertainty. So there are various types of risk. So there is not when any one criteria कि सिर्फ ये 3 होते हैं, but I have implemented these 3, and once we start with our units, we will be covering other types of risk also. Okay, the first thing that is there is a hazard or a pure risk. So what is a hazard? As the name itself describe itself, the hazard means that the risk that can only and only result in the negative outcome. There is nothing positive in it. So that is basically a hazard, or you can say a pure risk. There is no benefit out of that. So these risks are basically, you can say, like there may be a fire, theft. So these are basically the example of a pure risk. In general organization, we have tolerance of hazard risk, and they need to be managed within the tolerance of the organization. So what an organization will do, they will have fire extinguisher, they will have for the theft, they will implement some CCTV cameras, some security guards. They will, okay, this is the area which is prone to theft, so they will be hire more security agencies. So these are basically the precautions which every industry will take if it is prone to theft. So these are basically the hazard risk, जो सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको negative impact ही देने वाले हैं. Then coming on to the next, that is the control risk. So these are the risks that give rise to uncertainty about the outcome of a situation. Like you are not very sure, like what will be the outcome. Like, okay, I have some organized something. Okay, then like in general, you can say an organization when it deviates from what it is thought of. Okay, I'll be achieving this thing or that thing, and if it is not able to, then it is known as the control risk. Okay, if like, see, if you can see the example, uncertainty about the delivery of the project on time, within budget, or on the specific date. Like, okay, I have set up a budget of 10,000, or maybe after my project get finalized, it get finalized at 20,000. So obviously it will impact. It's a type of a risk because I'm not very certain that rise may be due to that the raw material prices has increased or the labor cost has increased. So you can't predict it. So these are basically uncertainty risk. और it may be जरूरी नहीं है कि आपका वही हो, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि कॉस्ट कम हो गई एंड आपका आपने बजट लगाया था 10,000 and now you are going to implement at 8,000. So it works on the both way. Then comes the opportunity risk. So the opportunity risk, you can say basically the risk where you have a chance that if you invest in something or you make out into some project, then you may have a positive research. So this is basically a speculative research, you can say risk, and an organization will have a specific appetite for such investment, like you are going to invest in some profitable business and all that. Okay, so these are basically the three type of risks which I have described right now. So for the risk management, there are various techniques, different techniques for different risk. Like how, like hazard risk, if you can understand, like that there is a basically a harm, or you can say they are basically having a negative impact. So the hazard risk, you can say what the organization will do, they will obviously implement because they have to do something, as the risk is very high with these things. So they need to have occupational health and safety program, proper programs should be there so that these things are not impacting your organization. Then the control risk, which you are can say are not basically you can't predict it, they are basically unknown, so they are sometimes referred as uncertainty risk also. So what they do in these circumstances, the event will occur but the precise consequence of the events are difficult to predict. Like what will happen, how it will happen, is it deviated from the what we have thought of. Okay, so this approach is based on minimizing the potential consequences. Like if I have set up a certain target, I have to do this thing in this much stipulated time or with this much budget, so I'll be keen to work on that, like I should be able to achieve that. So that is basically within your organization. Then for the opportunity risk, there are basically two aspects that we deal with the opportunity. The risk associated with taking an opportunity, but there are also risks with not taking that, because if you take an opportunity, that may be happen that it prove to be positive for your side, and if you don't take it, then it may happen that you will lose some opportunity. So it works on both sides. So this is basically the three types of the risk, and it's journal. I have told you like how we are within the passage of the time. I'll be covering a whole risk management description with you. And then if you can say risk description, so it is basically like how you describe a risk. So the points which I have noted is basically for the hazard risk, like how you are going to describe the risk description for the hazard risk. The first thing that will be, there is a name of the risk, like either it's a fire, it's a theft, or maybe some other earthquake or that thing. Okay, so these are basically the what is the nature of the risk, you need to describe that. Then the statement of risk, what does a statement means, like what is the scope of risk, like how much it has impacted your organization. Then the third one, that is there is a nature of risk. So the risk, like either it can be you can say you can classify it like how it is time, it may be due to time or it may be due to fire. So you need to nature of that risk, you need to describe that. Then is a stakeholder in the risk, like either it has impacted your organization internally or it has impacted externally also. Okay, so you need to describe the risk factor in all these things. So these are basically the points which we cover, and then we can come into conclusion like what are the description of that risk. If you can see, I have given one example like computer virus. So what is how you can basically differentiate between these three types of a risk: hazard, control, and opportunity risks. See an example like virus infection, which is an operational or you can say hazard risk. अगर कभी भी वायरस इन्फेक्शन होता है कंप्यूटर में, उससे आपको कुछ पॉजिटिव तो नहीं मिलने वाला. इट विल ओनली एंड ओनली इम्पैक्ट द benefit of an organization. So there will be no benefit and it will be an hazard for the company. So virus infection, if there is in a computer, so it will be an example of a hazard risk. Then coming on to the control risk, when an organization install or upgrade a software package, like you have go into some use earlier you were using some other package, now you have moved to some other, so the control risk will be associated, like how, like either the upgradation may help you to proceed with a whatsoever, it may decrease your time, okay, जो आपको पहले लगता था उससे कम टाइम में आप बहुत सी चीजें करने वाले हो, maybe you have something designed so that your work become easier, so it may give an opportunity for your workers to work better. Then the selection of a new software is an opportunity risk, so it may provide benefits for the organization. So this is how we can classify, or you can say we can diversify all the three. Then what is the inherent level of a risk? So inherent level of a risk, you can say the uncontrolled level of a risk that have been identified. So this is the level of the risk before anything, or you can say any control measures have been taken up by you. Okay, so there are advantages in identify, because there are something which are within the organization, like in petroleum sector, if somebody is in the petroleum sector, so what, the fire is a very general, or you can say an inherent risk that may be there. So these are the things which are being inherent in that organization because of the you can say the nature of that organization. So the how Institute of Internal Auditor have defined that, you can say in the risk assessment, we look at the inherent risk before considering any control. We look into, okay, before implementing something or before coming to some control or procedure, what I'll see, like what are the inherent risk, what will be the अगर ये organization है, इसमें क्या क्या risk हो सकते हैं अगर मैं इस organization में काम करता हूँ. So this is what they can take in. Like you need to reduce the level of the risk after the control measure. Like earlier I have I have fire extinguisher at 3 places, now I take into account, okay, some risk is more there, I have implemented but one